Atlas was the child of the Titan Iapetus and the Oceanid Asia, or Clymene. He was the brother of Epimetheus and Prometheus. He had many children, for the most part daughters, the Hesperides, the Hyades, the Pleiades, and the fairy Calypso, who lived on the island of Ogygia. Atlas, the Titan of quality and continuance, starts at a time when the primordial divine beings Gaia and Uranus ruled the universe in idealized harmony, the mother goddess of soil and the father god of paradise, and they adored and caused union. The 12 Titans are creatures of unfathomable control and magnificence. The birth of Atlas was an earth-shattering occasion. When the final withdrawals of Jesus East began, a brilliant shine filled the atmosphere, and a refrain of fairies and dryad sang an ethereal song. The breeze and the waves of the ocean chanted, in turn, declaring to the world the birth of the Titan. At that moment, the universe appeared to hold its breath and halt its development, as in detecting the enormity of this modern being, Atlas was born with brilliant skin. Nearly glowing, his forcing body opposed human comprehension, his eyes shone with the shrewdness of the stars, and his hair streamed just like the starry night. When Gaia held him in her arms, she felt her son's unyielding quality and knew he was predetermined for enormity, however profound in her heart. The goddess also detected a profound sorrow that would stamp the courageous Titan's life. The youthful Titan's early and long time were checked by quick development and learning under the tutelage of their Titan brothers and sisters. Youthful Atlas learned about the nature of the universe, the laws that administered reality, and the control that dwelled in his divine blood. The Titans before long got to be a wonder. The Titans respected him with a blend of adoration and were all mindful that this remarkable being seemed to alter the course of history, but what they did not know was that Atlas would confront trials and tribulations that would test his soul and his fate. As he developed, so did his control and shrewdness, but still, the youthful Titan longed for more. He wanted to end up a pioneer and unifier and, in this way, produce an enduring bequest. In the meantime, pressures between the Titans and the youthful divine beings started to rise. Cronus, the pioneer of the Titans, frightful of being ousted by his children, had eaten up his sibling, which provoked the wrath of Rhea, his spouse, and sister the Titanite, who chose to spare her final child, Zeus, by stowing him away from Cronus and raising him distant from her husband's clutches. As Zeus developed up in mystery, Atlas rose, within the progression of the Titans, became a regarded pioneer and an imposing warrior. His titanic quality and continuance made him essentially immune, and his notoriety rapidly spread all through the divine domains. Atlas's rise did not go unnoticed by Zeus, who, even though still a youthful god, was as of now starting to plot resistance against his father and the Titans, mindful that the small Titan's dependability to his brothers would be a deterrent in his battle for control of the universe. His cause and get ready for the coming war, Atlas, for his part, did not stay neglectful of the developing risk of the youthful divine beings. Even though he opposed this idea with the activities of Cronus, his devotion to his family drove him to commit himself to the defense of the Titans and to stand up to the modern era of divinities. Atlas's rise to control drove him to become the chief common of Cronus's strengths, and his strategic and combat skills were imperative in planning for war. The battle ahead would become the ultimate test for the Titan of quality, and the continuance of an encounter would shake the establishments of the universe. At the height of the conflict between the two eras of divinities, the divine world part, and the universe trembled in expectation of the coming war, The Titanomachy, as this showdown would end up known, would be a brutal war that would characterize the destiny of the universe beneath Zeus' administration. The youthful divine beings together and arranged for the battle. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, Zeus's kin, joined the cause, as did other lesser divine beings and supernatural creatures, who shared the want to oust Cronus and put a conclusion to his oppressive rule. On the side of the Titans, Atlas drove the strengths of Cronus as their chief common. His cleverness and aptitudes on the front line were unmatched, and his brother Titans took after him with devotion and adoration. Osiris, Cronus, Hyperion, Jupiter, and Mnemosyne, together with other divine creatures who backed his cause, united in defense of his bequest and his place within the universe. The war continued for a long time, and during that time the fights between Titans and divine beings were furious and cold-blooded. The skies obscured with smoke, and the soil trembled beneath the weight of the battle. The youthful divine beings and the Titans locked in an all-out battle, and the destiny of the universe hung within the adjust. Atlas, with his titanic strength and perseverance, got to be the foremost dreaded warrior. On the front line, his foes trembled at his nearness, for his control was such that he might topple mountains and redirect streams with the evil development of his hands. The fights between the Titan and the youthful divine beings got to be amazing, and the soil and sky bear the scars of these epic showdowns, despite the furious battling within the Titans' bravery. The youthful divine beings started to pick up ground within the war. The Cyclops and the Hecatonchias, primordial creatures liberated from Tartarus by Zeus, joined the cause, giving the youthful divine beings capable weapons and fortifications. The Cyclops produced the thunderbolt for Zeus, the trident for Poseidon, and the head protector of invisibility for Hades, whereas the Hecate utilized their quality and abilities to throw whole mountains at their foes. The war between Titans and divine beings comes to its climax in a colossal fight, where paradise and soil appear to consolidate in a storm of divine wrath. In that last encounter, Atlas and Zeus met to confront, and the clash of their weapons resounded over the limits of the universe. The battle between these two giants would choose the destiny of all, and history would change. Until the end of time, on the skyline, paradise and soil appeared to stand still, as if all creation held its breath, eager for the result of this titanic clash. Atlas, with his unmatched quality and perseverance, battled furiously against the youthful god. His blows were like seismic tremors, and his anger appeared to fuel his control. Be that as it may, Zeus, bearing the lightning produced by the Cyclops, and the control allowed to him by his position as lord of the divine beings, stood up to the Titan with rise to ensure the two combatants traded destroying blows, each attack tearing the sky, separated. But as the battle dragged on, weakness started to weigh on the Titan, and Zeus, clever impatient, waited for the proper minute to strike the definitive blow with a thunderbolt charged with the total drive of the storm. Zeus struck Atlas, and the effect of the discharge thumped him to the ground. The Titans, vanquished and depleted, seemed now not to proceed to battle. The war between Titans and divine beings had concluded, and Zeus and his partners rose victorious over Cronus and his brothers. Toppled, Zeus and his brothers took control of the universe and set up a new period of divine run the show. The crushed Titans were chained and cast into Tartarus, where they would endure unceasingly as discipline for their resistance for Atlas. In any case, Zeus had an extraordinary discipline in store. To serve his sentence, the Titan of quality was taken to the western conclusion of the known world, where the boundary between soil and paradise was located. There, Zeus chained him to the mountains and requested him to carry the weight of the atmosphere on his shoulders for all endlessness. The firmament circle with all its stars and groups of stars would rest upon the Titan, and his quality and perseverance would be always and ceaselessly tried. Atlas's punishment became a warning to all those who challenged the control of the youthful gods. The imposing figure of the Titan, condemned to hold the sky on his shoulders, would serve as a reminder of the cost of resistance and the control battle in his interminable exile. The Titan too had experiences with heroes and travelers wandering to the closes of the soil. One of these experiences was with the legendary Hercules, who, amid one of his labors, requested Atlas's assistance in getting the brilliant apples from the garden of the Hesperides. Hercules advertised to incidentally soothe Atlas of the burden of paradise, permitting him to recover the apples. In any case, upon returning with the natural product, the Titan endeavored to trap Hercules into proceeding to carry the burden in step. Hercules exceptionally shrewdly asked the Titan to hold the sky fair a minute longer, whereas he balanced his cloak, and after that, seizing the opportunity, cleared out the impostor with his burden. Once more, Perseus, a son of Zeus, and the mortal Danae set out on a mission to spare his mother and his kingdom from a dictator named Polydactus. To achieve his assignment, Perseus had to confront Medusa, one of the three Gorgons, whose look had the power to turn mortals into stone with the assistance of the gods. The legend managed to vanquish Medusa and cut off her head using his macabre trophy. As the saint set out on the journey domestically amid his voyage, Perseus experienced Titan on the western edge of the world. Seeing the Titan in his wretchedness, moved by kindness and compassion, he chose to put an end to Atlas's enduring. He lifted Medusa's head and appeared it to the Titan, whom assembly the petrifying gaze of the Gorgon turned into a colossal stone column. Hence, the Titan met his conclusion, was liberated from his interminable discipline, and changed into a mountain, which bears his title to this day.